Good morning and welcome to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We're teaching you smart ways to manage your money, and here with expert advice is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and Johnson Brunetti partner. Eric, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, great to be here.
Of course, so the new year is approaching, and new year means it's a great time to revamp our financial plans, right?
I'm sure that's what everyone's thinking about.
I know. Well, you are, and you are here with some tips for us. First one you say is to create a budget.
Budget is good, right? So when we're at the end of the year and we're thinking about next year and all this exciting stuff, we're also looking back on this year. Did you save as much as you wanted to save? Did you spend too much money? And the holidays is not a great time to gauge how much money you're spending. But create a budget so you make sure, what does Warren Buffett say? Pay yourself first, which means save money to make sure that, you know, you've got options in the future. So create a budget, yes.
Maybe we'll start that after the new year, once the Christmas spending is over.
Second week of the year.
Okay, tip number 2, pay off debt.
Yes, you want to save money. You want to build up right where, you know, we're saving for retirement and we're filling this bucket and we want this bucket to be as full as possible. Debt is a hole in the bottom of the bucket. And a lot of times there's money pouring out of those holes faster than there's money going into the bucket. So you got to look at the debt first. Some debt, you know, people, what's good debt? What's bad debt? The reality is no debt's really great debt. But there's some you got to pay off right now and there's some you can pay out over time. So let's look at that.
All right, great tip there. Number 3, review healthcare needs and costs.
That's a huge expense, right? If you're working, you've got it through your employer. If you're getting to the point of thinking about retirement, when are you going to retire? A lot of people are looking at 65 because before that, you're buying health care. After 65, you're looking at Medicare. Gives you more options, but that's a big line item when you're thinking about a budget that you have to factor in.
All right, now what about retirement savings? You say it's important to review these as well.
Yeah. How are you saving money? Are you paying taxes on it now? Or are you going to pay a bunch of money in taxes on it in the future? So not just how much am I saving, but are you saving wisely into the right places, and also giving yourself some cash cushion if you have an emergency that has to be paid for right now.
And now, when revamping our financial plan, final step here you say is to reallocate your plan.
As you get closer to retirement, otherwise known as closer to using this money, maybe you take less risk, but you also look at, you're at these two groups of people, you're in one of them, you have enough money to retire, you don't. You have to know where you are, because maybe you already saved enough money and maybe that makes you a lot more conservative. Or maybe life didn't go as planned and you haven't saved quite enough, so maybe you have to keep taking a little more risk or getting a little more growth. Yep.
Some great tips to start there. And if our viewers at home want to delve further into this, revamp their whole financial plan, you have a special offer for us.
I do have a special offer. You can get it at MoneyWisdomTV.com. It's The Wealthy Think Differently, and it's a book, and it talks about growing money and spending money and protecting money. It talks about having a plan, which is what we talk about all day, every day, because a lot of people are in a place saying, you know, I feel like I've done a good job or we've done a good job, but I don't know that I really have a plan.
Right.
This will get you started with that. So I'd read it, maybe in January. Don't feel pressure to read it now, but you can get it now and read it later. It's MoneyWisdomTV.com.
Could be a good stocking stuffer.
I think so.
Great offer, as always. Eric Hogarth from Johnson Brunetti, thank you. And one more time, you can get that offer at MoneyWisdomTV.com. For CT Style, I'm Natasha Lubchenko. We'll see you next time.